Hello, everybody, and welcome to our new edition of Ladies No Shade, No Shame. I'm Jennifer, and as you all know, this is my BFF Yolanda.
Hi.
And so today we are going to be talking about something really fun. We decided that we wanted to do an episode on sugar daddies and cougars. And you can decide in what category you may fall into. So we did some research, and it's kind of like a hot topic, nowadays, because when you look at past history, men have traditionally always dated younger women, and it hasn't been frowned upon. And so now our females are dating younger men unapologetically, I may add, and having fun and just living their lives. And so we kind of wanted to jump into that and have a little discussion about that. And so we would love for you guys to provide your feedback in the comments and let us know what you think. Do you think it's okay for a cougar to be a sugar mama?
What do you consider a sugar mama?
What do you consider it? Yeah, and by the same token, you guys, what do you guys think about being a sugar daddy? I think it's kind of frowned upon on both sides of the coins, because I have friends who say, oh no, I will never ever be a sugar daddy, and then you have some say, okay, yeah, if I'm single and want some and kind of lonely when I get 90, if I want a little sugar mama, come on over, baby, the check came. So
we're going to start with Jen giving us the definitions of what is a sugar mama,
yes,
and what are cougar, and what is a sugar daddy.
So, and these are from the textbook. This is from the dictionary. This is not a definition that I created on my own. So no shade, no shame, no judgment. Okay. So the dictionary definition of a sugar daddy is a rich man who lavishes gifts on a younger woman in return for her company or sexual favors. It's a very transactional relationship. You give me something, I give you something. In return, yeah. And then the definition for a cougar is a middle-aged woman who actively seeks the casual and often sexual companionship of a younger man, typically less than 35 years of age. I don't know why they had to put an age on ours. They didn't put an age on the man.
Exactly.
So that just kind of goes to show you how society even looks at it. So
right.
you're going to give us an age limit 35, but there was no mention of age for the man. So we'll just get right into it. So those are the definitions that are coming from the dictionary. And so we have a couple of questions that we kind of want to respond to. So Yolanda, what age group determines if you're in the age group of you're going to be a cougar or either a sugar daddy?
Well, my opinion is, in regards to women, what I would consider a cougar would be the age 50 or above.
Wait a minute now.
Which would be us right now.
Stepping on some toes.
And men, honestly, for me, I would consider a sugar daddy at the age of 40. Men start early. And when I say cougar and sugar daddy, I mean older us, but younger in regards to anywhere from legal age 21 for men, 18 for women, and on up.
Okay, yeah, because I think that it's defined, based on the gap in the ages. And so if you have someone, you could actually be 40, like you said, and be considered a sugar daddy if you're dating someone that's 21 years old.
Right, exactly.
And so in the grand scheme of things, 40 is not really old. It's old to a 21-year-old.
Exactly.
But it may not be old to
Right.
your peers or whatever. And so you could be considered a sugar daddy. So I think that if there's like a 10 or 15-year age gap between the male and the female, or the female and the male, then yeah, to me that would be my age range to where you would say, yeah, you're being a sugar daddy if you have that big of a gap.
Okay.
And so, and we see it all the time. You know, look at Anna Nicole Smith when she was living.
Yes.
She dated Howard Marshall, and he was, I think, like 95, and she was in her 20s at the time. And
We all know
yeah,
why.
so that was a very transactional relationship. So
I got what, 1-2 more years at best left.
yeah. She was trying to upgrade those benefits real quick. So
No longevity.
so
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What's too young to be acceptable to dating someone younger, as far as you're concerned?
So as far as I'm concerned, I have like a rule when I date. So I don't date, I'm open to dating younger and older guys, but I have a limit of where I cut it off. And so I traditionally don't date anybody 5 years older than me or 5 years younger than me. And that's not to say that if I ever were to come across someone who was like 6 or 7, I think it would you know, probably have to be the person, the personality, how we clicked, if we
Right.
had things in common.
Young age, old
Yeah,
soul.
yeah, you know, what are they emotionally mature to be in a relationship with me, you know,
Right.
because if there's a big age span, you know, experience is about everything. And I'm not just talking about like sexual experience, but life experience.
Exactly.
And so, if I don't think that person has had enough life experience, and you can generally tell when you talk to someone,
Right.
their maturity level, and sometimes it can kind of be very evident, even in somebody who is your age.
Exactly.
So it
Because
just kind of depends.
the most
yeah.
important thing really is communication. And if you have nothing to talk about,
Yeah.
then that defeats the relationship right there.
Yeah, because you have two totally different sets of experience. You know, I'm an 80s girl. And then if I'm not trying to date someone that's like 25 or 26, I don't know that I could relate to what they consider as cool or, you know, what's
You want to
happening.
go to a
and
rap
things.
concert and she want
Yeah.
to go see Prince.
Yeah, you know, if Prince was alive. But, you know, I'm even okay with going to a
Right.
rap concert, old school rap,
I can't do
Wu-Tang
the
Clan.
rap, no.
But you know what? Wu-Tang. But it would be old school rap, so
Well,
it's
that's
not
old for
that's
him.
that he might not even know who, you know, the old dirty bastard is. But you know, he could.
Exactly.
But yeah, me personally, I'm just not attracted to dating someone like in their 20s at my age. Very nice to look at, you know, and don't mind looking.
Yes.
But yeah, keep walking for me. I can't do it. So what about you?
Same question, me. I'm gonna have to go to my younger days because I'm married now. So me, I would say 10 years. And that's
Okay.
just been honest because of the way I looked back then. So I was in my early 30s, but I could easily pass off for early mid 20s.
And I can attest to that.
Yes,
Yeah.
so a lot of younger guys were actually coming on to me and attracted to me. So, hey.
Yeah. And you know, and now that you say that, you know, if you're just looking to have fun
Which I was.
and
single.
you don't plan on having any children or anything
Nothing
like that, and you don't
serious.
want anything serious, and you both are of the same mindset, you don't want
Right.
any children, you are just looking to have fun, and if that's what floats your boat, go right ahead and do it. No shade, no
Yes,
shame,
no
no
shade.
judgment. So it's all about what you decide to do with your life.
Right,
And you only
exactly.
get one. And so if that younger person makes you happy, then go for it. You know, if you're two
Yes.
consenting adults and you vibe and you have things in common, because I do believe that when you do have a huge age gap, you have to have things in common that are going to
Right.
sustain the relationship past any sexual part of it. You know, we all know the younger Megan put it down, but
right, and that's just a
Yeah.
piece of it.
yeah, but it needs to be more than that.
Exactly.
And so if you kind of want to hang out and stuff like that, at least, you know, be able to enjoy the same type of music.
Right.
You know, do you guys like to travel? You know, things of that nature. Something that's going to sustain it other than that sexual component because he's a younger guy and he
Exactly.
can keep it up a little bit longer. So.
And moving on to question 2.
That was question 2.
Okay, question 3.
Okay, so question 3 is, what are the benefits of dating a older or younger person? What do you think are the benefits?
Okay, I'll take the women and you do the men.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as women, and I'll take older and you do younger.
Okay.
Older women, to me, what I heard a lot back in the day was that older women know what they want. There's less drama. They're
I can agree with
more
that.
financially situated and secure. They I don't know, they don't have a lot of expectations in regards to wanting to be married or be committed,
Especially if the
or
person is
anything
younger.
like
It's
that.
fun.
Exactly. It's just all about having fun and having a good time and being adventurous. And even by her dating the younger man lets him know right there that she's adventurous. You know, she like taking risks. So I think that is more of the reason why older women will be more attracted to younger men, or younger men will find older women attractive.
Okay, I can agree with a lot of that. I would say the benefits of dating a younger woman, if you were a man, would definitely be, I would say, the sexual component. You have someone with a young, tight body versus maybe an older person who may start having gravity
I don't
pull.
know, Jen. We're
do
stacking
good.
out pretty
Yeah,
good
we
these
do.
days.
But I would definitely think that the sexual component is a big part of it.
Yes,
And then
definitely.
also, we always hear about men who go through midlife crises,
True.
and they go out and get the Corvette or something
Yes,
like that.
yes.
And so, to me, a younger woman is almost like a caveat to the
Yes,
Corvette. It helps
exactly.
to keep them younger
She's that
and
trophy.
relevant, you know,
Yes.
and kind of connected to what's current, because maybe they're not aging. I wouldn't say as gracefully, because you have a lot of good-looking
Yes.
older
Older
men.
men.
But maybe when I say not aging into their own, and that's like, you know, mentally.
Yes.
Yeah, you still kind of want to hold on to something. You want to kind of want to hold on to your youth.
Right.
And so I would say that having a younger 21, 22-year-old woman on your arm, even if it is transactional, it kind of helps you to hold on to your youth, just like the Corvette. You know,
Right.
you're driving down the freeway with a little young chippy on the side, and hair is blowing in the wind, and you just think you're enjoying life, and so you
He's
see
been
that.
validated.
Yeah, he's been validated.
Made
So
you feel important.
yeah. And so, no shade, no shame for me on that. You know, if that is what floats your boat, and you want that little 21, 22-year-old in the Corvette, as long as it's not my daughter, I'm okay with it. And I think that's kind of where the mothering instincts go. It better not
Back
be my
in the
son.
day. Exactly.
No, just kidding. But yeah, I mean, go for it. Have fun. Enjoy your life. You only get one.
And with that being said, as far
Yes.
as not being your kids,
Yeah.
we go into question number 4.
Okay.
Why is it more acceptable for men to be seen with younger women, but not necessarily older women to be seen with younger men?
Well, so my take on that would be, you know, we have to admit, you know, we are a very heavily male-dominant society. You know, men make the laws and the rules and everything. You know, women, we come into our own, and we can definitely stand toe-to-toe. But at the
Right.
end of the day, a lot of things have been driven
Dictated.
by men and dictated by
Yes.
men. And so when you look at past history, it's kind of always been out there, you know,
Yes.
where the guy has dated a younger girl and no one's, you know, blinked an eye. You know, even tribal or culturally, you know, they come with, like you say, a dowry,
Right,
and they marry
as soon as
the woman
girl
off.
comes of age, which is
and so-
normally 12 or 13, they're ready for marriage.
Yeah, especially in those little, you know, third world countries and things like that.
Exactly.
And so I think because that has always been the image that has been pushed,
Yes.
and the narrative that has been
It's the
seen
norm.
and told, it's the norm. And so when you have a female who maybe wants to get a male gigolo or maybe wants to date a younger man, it's kind of frowned upon. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that it's less seen.
Right, exactly. So,
yeah,
it's
it's
less
not the normal.
accepted by society. Exactly.
Yeah, so you get like frowns or whatever. So let them frown. If you want a younger man, go for it.
Right.
So.
As long as it's not my son.
Yeah, as long as it's not Blake.
Do you have another question?
The other question I have is, let's see. I had one more question. I think we kind of talked about it when we were talking about what was the acceptable age gap, when we were talking about what would make you a sugar daddy or a gigolo. And like we were saying, if you're 40 and you're dating someone 21, you are a sugar daddy, you know.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people kind of have a misconception, because when you say sugar daddy, they think old guy, you know,
Right,
get that check on the first,
Exactly.
you know, getting that Social Security benefit,
Exactly.
you know, in their 70s and 80s, and they're dating someone in their 30s or something like that. Then, you know, that's what you kind of traditionally see, or you hear people talk about when it comes to a sugar daddy. And she taught me a new term, sugar babies. I had never heard that.
Yes.
So the younger party in the transactional relationship is called a sugar baby. Yeah, I had never heard that.
Yeah.
Had never ever heard that.
That's the beneficiary of all the benefits from the sugar mama and the sugar daddies and the cougars, okay?
So have you ever dated someone like a sugar daddy? Have you ever had a sugar daddy?
Well, like I said before, in my earlier dating days, I was in my mid-20s, early 30s, and up until I met my husband. And I didn't so much as date, but there were guys that I talked to and spent time with that were younger, and the youngest was 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years younger.
So you had a sugar baby.
Yeah.
So I've never, like I said, I always had my 5-year rule, you know, no one 5 years older or 5 years younger. But I can't say that I had a transactional relationship, and it was a while ago. It was when I was working like at the hospital at Parkland, but we had all went out for happy hour one time, and there was a guy that was in town for business, and so he just kind of blended in with our happy hour crew, and you know, we started chit-chatting. You can tell that there was some chemistry and a natural attraction, and so we exchanged numbers. But he lived in San Antonio, and so we started, you know, burning up the phones and things like that, kind of talking. And then when he would come into town, and I was single, wasn't dating anybody, he would take me shopping and just kind of bought me whatever I want, you know. And you need anything before I leave, you know, and even if you don't, here's something for you or whatever. And I think at some point he probably wanted to pursue something a little bit more serious, but the distance kind of prevented it. But I say all of that to say that, yeah, it was casual and it was a transactional relationship. He wasn't like a sugar daddy. He was maybe 3 years older than me, and that was it. But so you kind of find yourselves in transactional relationships as well. So, you know.
And I think we all are aware that more or less the relationship between the age gaps is more about the benefits that comes with it and the fun, because the percentage of longevity in a relationship or a marriage between age gaps of 10 years or more is only 39%.
Yeah.
And if you have more than 10 years, it's 95% of those people are going to be divorced.
And that's statistics. We looked it up.
Within the first couple of years.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 95%
that's
ending
a high,
in
high
a
rate.
divorce.
Yeah, that's a high rate.
When the age gap is 20 years or more. So
It's
it's all about fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, you took it right out of my mouth. I was going to say,
Yeah.
that kind of shows you that it's all about fun. And I would think, you know, with that divorce rate being so high, before some couples even get to the marriage piece of it, it's already kind of cooled and fizzled out. And so you don't have it going, you know, any further than that. And, you know, there are some success stories and things like that, you know, where people have
few in between.
But yeah, it can work, but the percentage is very low.
Right.
So just have fun, and if it works,
Just
it works.
have fun. You only get one life.
You only get one life.
You
so.
know what my motto is? I'll try anything. I'm married now.
Yeah,
guys,
she's
so
married now.
I'm so boring and so traditional now. I did all that back when.
Well, I am single, but I still don't date.
Say it again.
Single, but
Say it again. Say it
Single.
again. Say it again.
But I still have my 5-year rule. But like I say, you only get one life. Enjoy it, and tell us what you think. You know, what do you think is a acceptable age limit or gap? You know, where you can be considered a sugar daddy or sugar mama, or does it matter as long as it's two consenting adults and you're both legal? You know,
That's the key.
Yeah.
Make sure he's at least 21.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure she's at least 18.
Yeah.
And if you have to ask for ID, please ask for ID.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to go to jail. Just trying to have fun. Okay?
And I mean, you definitely see that in the news all the time, where you
All
see
the
guys get in
time.
trouble for that. And
Because
when
they
you look at that
assume,
person,
or they
though,
go exactly. These
they
days and
look
times,
like
you really
they're
can't
legal,
tell.
so you cannot
You can't tell.
Yeah, yeah. With
Do
the
we look
makeup
our
and the hair and
Exactly.
and some women are well more developed or developed sooner, and so you look and
Yes.
furthest thing from my mind is
And
that
the
this person was less
guys
than
are
18.
17, but they got all this.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So
Let me
be
see your
careful.
ID.
Be careful.
Mm.
So.
Yes. Don't go to jail.
Well, that's all we have. If you have any comments, go ahead and stick it in the comment section below, and we would love to hear your thoughts on it. And I would like to know if you had a sugar daddy. You know, drop a
Please
little,
do tell. No shade,
Yeah,
no
no
shame.
shade, no shame. We just want to hear because we're nosy. So
A good story.
That's a
we
good
have
story.
nothing else going on. Our life's so boring. Well, mine is. Jen is just beginning again. So.
So, yeah, definitely do that. And thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we love you. Thank you for your continued support. And you guys have a great week.
View us on YouTube.
Mhm.
No shade, no shame. Ladies, no
Ladies,
shade,
yeah.
no shame. And we're also be on Facebook.
Mhm.
And I think we got one other coming out, Twitter coming out pretty
We got,
soon.
yeah, we're going to be on Twitter soon too.
Pretty soon.
Yeah,
So,
so we'll
you guys,
update you on that.
Thank you for your support. We look forward to your comments. Love you.
Love you.